Almost looks like a watermelon. Got the rind and then that weird white stuff that doesn't always taste like the red stuff, but sometimes tastes like the rind. And then the good stuff. Hello, what is going on, everybody? Part 2 of this whole fiasco here, the pre-Christmas crazy bash. Got them done. Got everything all put back together. This is my son's. If you missed anything, you have no idea what I'm talking about, go back and watch part 1. It looks so much better on the screen. It looks so much more like a limelight, because in person it's like a weird sea foamy kind of color, but damn, that thing looks good on camera. This is his, this is mine. Not even close. I was gonna try and paint it and get it ready for Christmas, and it's not gonna happen. The paint I wanted to use, I don't know why, but it's basically like water. It just, as soon as you just missed it, so screw it. This is how we're gonna roll for a while. And then got my daughters all together. It's the first time you guys have seen this. It's like a berry, pink berry or something like that. I did do a little bit of just kind of paint work with the little latches and stuff on hers. I haven't gotten around to doing my son's yet, but other than that, they look good. I tested them. All 3 of them work, and so we're good to go. And we'll see what they think. But I'm gonna pack these up, and then I'm gonna show you a few things that I did to mine. You can go crazier than what I did, but this was just this is here and I'm bored, and we'll see what happens. So let me put these up and I'll be right back. So anyway, what I would suggest right out of the gate, these things are super cool. I've played with mine a little bit. It's not real slow, to tell you the truth. For a little 270 motor, 7.4 volts, it scoots for sure. It won't drift on these hard tires unless you're on like my garage's concrete or like, you know, on tile or whatever. But it definitely gets a little hard to control just because it's so light in the back and everything is in the front. But I started messing with it. I wanted to lower it. I'm on, 15 different Facebook groups for this, and it is really cool to see what people are doing with some of these things. There we go. So what I started doing with it was I just took the bed off. So in here, as you saw earlier when I showed you from my son's, it has like little helpers, and the spring helpers are plastic, and they're normally, with the keeper, are on the bottom of the axle. So basically what I did was just do like a spring under, kind of lowering. It almost has like lower blocks. But once you do that, then the tires start rubbing the bed. So you're like, okay, that's no big deal. So you want to cut the bed out. Well, when you cut the bed out, it gets into this rail right here. So then you have to cut that rail out, and then you got to get all the way next to this bedside and get everything big enough, a large enough hole. There we go. So that way nothing hits. I also wanted to move the battery a little bit. I don't know. This won't be doing any drifting or anything. I'm not really a big drift guy. This is basically just bashing. And I kind of wanted to get rid of that cover. I didn't really like it. But I know that I don't want to move too much weight even farther forward, because I've seen people putting them in the bed, but they put them way up here. So then I have even more weight bias towards the front, and then the rear is just completely light. So I thought about doing, and this doesn't weigh anything, so it may not even matter. I may just be overthinking things, but whatever. So what I did was start to tub it, and then I also got different wheels for it, and I'm waiting on the adapters. And once I get the adapters, I can put those on. I've seen a lot of different wheels and tires and stuff, a lot of combos. These have a 5mm hex, but I bought a 5mm to 12mm adapter, and then those go right on. Some people are using a 5mm Allen wrench and just finding wheels and tires they like, and then just getting the Allen wrench really hot and going and just burning them or melting it down, I guess. I don't trust that I can get it centered and make it concentric, and so that way the wheel isn't just flopping everywhere. Let's see. Oh, so anyway, you can kind of see how it sits. A little Carolina squat slash whatever you want to call that. We used to call it Cali lean. But then the Carolina squat thing, I don't know, wherever it is. I mean, you're on opposite sides of the coast, so let's just call it lower in the rear. So I got that going on, and you can see here where as soon as you put any weight on it, that hits the bedside, it hits everything. So we're chopping that out. Now I'm actually having rear frame rails completely printed, and it's going to 4-link the whole back of the car or the truck, which I believe I have to cut it here at this bed mount, and then I'll have to chop out a lot more of the bed, which is why I stopped and only have one side done, because then I found that and there's no point in putting tubs in it when I have to cut the whole thing out. We will see what we can get into. Worst case scenario, I chop it in half, it's garbage. I'll buy another one, and then I'll use this cab on like a tiny crawler out of it or something. I don't know, it's whatever. So we'll either break stuff or we'll make cool stuff. That is pretty much my motto. So, all right, here we go. So now this is back together. Now I can kind of play with it and everything. It's not beautiful. Like I said, I'm definitely gonna own more of these because this thing is rad, and it's not like basher fun. It's not like doing 40 mile an hour with a slash and hitting a jump and watching it sail 6 feet in the air for 30 feet or something. And it's not crawler fun. You know, let's see if I can get over this. It's just they're silly, which I think is kind of the draw to them, is just they're just kind of silly and neat to play with. I messed with the wire a little bit, and I thought I bent it just a hair, but it didn't quite lower it. But now it doesn't have so much pressure, I guess. But if you're like, okay, you just kind of drop it, it doesn't sink. It still definitely is locked down. But if you push it down, it doesn't come up. So now I don't know what I'm gonna do, because obviously when you jam it all the way down, it doesn't turn very well at all without hogging out the doors, and I don't really want to do that. All right, so that's basically it. I really wanted to put some running video into this, but it's just been really, really cold, or it's been snowing, and these are obviously, they barely get traction on the asphalt whenever it's cold, and they're just do donuts. So I can only imagine how not fun this would be, even a little bit of slush and slickness and maybe even a wet pavement. But once it gets a little warmer, maybe we'll do a little thrash and bash video with my kids. This little hooligan here, he's a wild person. So lots of crashing in his realm and lots of bashing in his realm, and we'll just try to stay away from him is probably what'll happen. We'll get out somewhere. I got a couple places in mind that are close, and we'll go and throw them around a parking lot or something like that. But I appreciate you watching, and you guys be careful out there, and have a good day. Later.